she helped, she died. Don't let her help die her. Be proud that she had the strength to fight as long. She lived, she helped, she died. Don't let her help die her. Be proud that she had the strength to fight as long. She lived, she helped, she died. Don't let her help die with her. Be proud that she had the strength to fight as long as she did. And the further strength to fight so publicly that it would bring hope to so many. She did her best, and that is all we could possibly ask of her. She lived, she helped, she died. Don't let her help die with her. Be proud that she had the strength to fight as long as she did. And the further strength to fight so publicly that it would bring hope to so many. She did her best, and that is all we could possibly ask of her. She helped, she died. Don't let her help die with her. Be proud that she had the strength to fight as long as she lived, she helped, she died. Don't let her help die with her. Be proud that she had the strength to fight as long She lived, she helped, she died. Don't let her help die with her. Be proud that she had the strength to fight as long as she did. And the further strength to fight so publicly that it would bring hope to so many. She did her best, and that is all we could possibly ask of her.
Hello, YouTube. Amy Bluell has been dead for a while. She committed suicide from depression. Depression is, after all, a deadly disease. A while ago, and it took me a while to come to the point where I wanted to do a video about this. I have already written a Tumblr blog post about this, and I will link to it down below as well as in the the video description. And I'm going to put a link to it there. But I wanted to address something because shortly after she died, everybody was writing opinion pieces about her and her death and things like that. And one particular opinion piece just jumped out and struck me as being completely wrong. I will link that opinion piece down below and up there as well. But if you've read the Tumblr post that I already wrote, you've already got a link to it. There is a bullfrog outside my window. Let me cover what it is that I did not like about it. There's this one statement that I don't like out of the article, and it is, and I quote, "I'm guessing Amy didn't know how deeply she affected so many people." What? How dare you? How dare you? Possibly, or even more so, probably, because, this is the internet, and there's feedback, and people can text and Facebook chat and message all over the place and tumble and retumble and reblog. She probably did actually have a sense of how deep and how wide her effectiveness went. The greater context of this quote suggests that the cure to Amy's suicidality and her depression was merely public impact and adoration. That's why? Why would you project a motive or a cure on her? She and her mental health professionals are the only ones who know what was up. They're the only ones who even have a clue about the deep inner workings of her struggle. And as true professionals, they didn't blab. They kept that doctor-patient confidentiality, and she's certainly not talking. I get it. This was written shortly after her death. The person who wrote it might miss her because Amy felt like a safe and trusted person due to this widespread impact. There were a lot of people who felt personally reached. I see the semicolon tattoos even still to this day. She had reach and impact, and you kind of feel like if she's changed your life that much, then you must matter that much to her. But the thing about depression is that everybody has their own struggles, and they don't have anything to do with you. Depression is an inward struggle, not an outward struggle, and it can't be cured outwardly. You can't worship somebody well, you can't love somebody well, and not just in depression, in any number of things, you just can't love somebody well. Nobody missed their chance with her because the chance didn't exist. So before that message gets any more widespread, and I'm glad to see that it already had kind of been shut down, but if this idea even thinks to spread even a little bit, let me just point out that this is what leads to interventions where somebody gets sat down and a whole bunch of people come in and say basically, look at how many people love you and care about you. Now snap out of it and knock it off. That doesn't help. That doesn't work. Let's just kill that right there in that tracks. There are no magic bullets to depression. Depression can be a fatal disease. When any public figure dies, Kurt Cobain, Robin Williams, Princess Leia, aka Carrie Fisher, we publicly mourn, and one of those stages of grief is anger. So we lash out. We try and find an external actor to blame, or we turn that blame naturally inward. Neither is particularly helpful, but they're all nonetheless natural. She lived, she helped, she died. Be proud that she had the strength to fight as long as she did, and the further strength to fight so publicly that it would bring hope to so many. She did her best, and that is all we could possibly ask of her. Amy Bluell, you will be missed.